Welcome back, our dear viewers. The polling stations for the voting for the House of Representatives for its second phase 2025 is starting actually, and it started in many countries around the world for the Egyptian expatriates, and it did start with our polling stations in the Egyptian embassy in New Zealand, and of course we are having the voting in 139 polling stations in the Egyptian diplomatic missions in 117 countries worldwide. To shed more light on the start of the voting for the House of Representatives elections 2025 for the Egyptian expatriates, we are very much delighted to be joined here in the studio by Ms. Sanaa Thabet, our development mentor. Thank you so much, Ms. Sanaa, for joining us, and good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. Ms. Sanaa, today is a very special day. The elections for the House of Representatives for 2025 on its second phase for the Egyptian expatriates. The significance of that day for the Egyptian in general and for the expatriates as you have been living abroad in many different countries.
I'd like to sort of divide it into two,
yes,
and I'll be talking in general because the topic itself is huge.
Indeed.
I'm very passionate about this topic because it's important that we as Egyptians tend to support our country. When I was young and we lived in the United States, I was taking American history, and there was a quote from President John F. Kennedy that said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country."
Indeed.
And this really stuck with me for the whole of my life. The other day, President Sisi said almost the same thing. And he encouraged the young people, because we are a population of approximately 108 million, and we have the average age of this population is 24. Which
young generation.
We're talking about the young generation, Generation Z. The generation that was born with a mobile in their hands and unfortunately suffered the problem with COVID, so there was 2 years of no education almost. And of course, it's a different way that they were brought up. The parents themselves have changed, and their attitude towards let them find their own way and their own happiness. We need to change that. The expats, when they leave Egypt, they become Egyptian. And their life sort of stands a moment in time, with the time that they left Egypt. So they become very patriotic, and they are keen to go and vote and take part in their country. What we have here in Egypt is that a lot of young people, they're not trained, they're not taught, they're not, no, the word I should use is guided.
Yes.
As to what to choose and how to choose. We need to change the system. We need to have a system. We need to go back to, I'm not saying the old days, but at least take the positive points from what was and try and apply it to the current days. We can't teach the 21st century using 20th century methods.
Indeed.
We have to move forward. So we need to guide the young people and to inform them. First of all, we have to instill in them the pride. As an ex-founding principal, I used to find in the international schools that I set up that the students hated their language.
The mother language.
The mother language. They loved the fact that the way they were learning the English or French or whatever, but they did not like the Arabic because they found it boring and very difficult. So we need to change that. Unfortunately, one day an Arabic supervisor told me the Arabics have been taught like this for so many years. How can we change it now? This is not obviously the mindset that we desire. So the best thing to do is for us to change the way we teach these 21st century students in order to give them pride. We need to, there are schools, international schools, that do they do once a week trying to give you character building But of course, it's not a systemized part of the curriculum, and there's nothing really much. Yeah. It's overwhelming. I mean, nowadays when you walk around town, you see posters and posters and posters and posters. Yes. I believe there are 82 candidates or something like that. Yes. And honestly, we don't know what each one has. We don't know what, I'm sure that a lot of the young people that I've spoken to don't know what political parties we have. In England, when I was growing up, we had Conservatives, Labour, and then the Liberal Democrats, but everybody was clear on their policies and what they wanted to do. Whereas here, we don't hear that very much.
So we need, as you have kindly mentioned, Ms. Sanaa, that we need to develop the political awareness, we need to develop the patriotism, the feeling of belonging to the country, and having a national duty that we should be fulfilling, feeling of national duty. How that could be achieved, and how that could be achieved not only for the sons of the Egyptian expatriates and the Egyptian expatriates, but also for the young generation here in Egypt as well.
If you build the fact that, I mean, we've had a lot of things happen recently that have made us very, very proud. Obviously, the museum was the first thing.
Indeed.
But if you address these young people, the Gen Zs, in the way that they would understand and would appreciate, i.e., before we used to say that education depended on three things. The home was 1/3, school was 1/3, and 1/3 the student. Well, now there's 4. We added social media. Okay, we have to be very careful when we're trying to change people's minds that we do it as an impartial way for them to think. Okay, and that we actually say, all right, this is what is happening. This is where you are. You're Egyptian. You have a right to change your life. It's not like you're going to do it just like that. Of course. Because some people do. So what we need to do is to actually change our curricula, create extracurricular activities like debates, political knowledge, team building, actually things that make you proud of who you are. We have a lot of things that come from abroad and we tend to copy. So if the most important thing is to have a system whereby all these young people, whether it be Generation Z and especially Generation Alpha, which are the young ones coming up, we need to show them, first of all, make them love the fact that they're Egyptians. I'm Egyptian and I'm proud. And then build. Because there has to be steps. If you don't build on a solid base, everything collapses.
Indeed.
So this is what we have to do.
Yes, and since we are talking here about the importance of the youth participation and the youth empowerment, we'll be having a look at this report about the importance of the youth participation in the political life and in the elections, and then we'll be back to continue our interview here with Ms. Sanaa Thabet.
The role of the youth in the Egyptian parliament. The Egyptian parliament is experiencing growing youth participation, a symbol of the political renewal and the state's trust in the new generations. Thanks to the constitutional reforms and the electoral list system, a significant number of young people have been able to access the parliamentary seats, giving voice to an ambitious generation aware of the challenges of the future. These young members of parliament now play a vital role in the political life. They actively participate in drafting laws, especially those related to the education, employment, technology and the environment. Their presence helps modernize the political discourse and bring the parliament closer to the real concerns of the citizens. At the same time, they carry out the oversight role regarding the public policies affecting young people and the vocational training, while maintaining the direct contact with the constituents through the media and the digital platforms. Their commitment extends beyond the legislative framework. They support the entrepreneurship, participate in the national development programs, and promote the values of responsibility, innovation, and the civic engagement. Thus, the presence of the young people in Parliament represents not only the political step forward, but also a powerful message that of an Egypt that is investing in its youth to build a more dynamic, inclusive, and a sustainable future.
And welcome back, our dear viewers. I'm continuing our interview here with our dear guest, Ms. Sanaa Thabet, the development mentor. Ms. Thabet, the election actually is one of the most important constitutional milestones of the country. So what does it mean for the expatriates to have their voices represented in national decision-making through such elections?
Well, it's very important because those that are living abroad have decided to live here for a reason. And obviously they have needs. And they want, the stability abroad is no longer as it was many years ago. So it is very important that they partake in the country's elections, because they don't know if they'll come back or not. So they have to have a say into who actually represents them, so that they get what they are hopefully wanting to come back to.
From your point of view, Ms. Sanaa, why the Egyptian expatriates should be actually voting, should be participating in the decision-making of their country? Maybe they can say, no, I'm not living there, I'm not interested to be part of this process as well. So from your point of view, why they should be part of the decision-making for a better future for their country?
Well, two reasons. One of them I just said was the fact that they could come back.
Yes.
The other one is identity. A lot of people, once they live abroad, realize that the grass is not as green as they thought it was. You don't belong. You're not one of those people that in whose country you're working for. So the need to belong is very important, and one way to feel that you have done something is through taking part in the elections. And I believe this is very important, and that's how we felt when we were abroad. We felt that, you never know, one day we'll go back, even if when it's retired, but at least we're hoping that our country will change enough to be the type of country that we wanted. Don't forget, by choosing someone that will allow your dreams to come true by doing or expediting your needs, that's a very important part. Sitting around and not taking part, or, oh, it doesn't matter, somebody else will choose, then don't complain. How many times you've heard people complain, especially, oh, it's dirty, it's crowded, there are no rules.
Well, indeed. We do hear this a lot.
Who makes them? And if you don't take part in changing it, then don't complain.
Doctor, we have to mention here that we have different generations from the Egyptian expatriates who may be eligible to cast their ballot. So what about the new generations of the Egyptian expatriates, maybe the third or fourth generation now? Maybe many of them, they are not so attached to the country, or they do not know much about their country, yet they are Egyptians. So what's your message for the new generations of the Egyptian expatriates? Maybe they don't know to speak Arabic, but yet they are Egyptians, and they have rights and they have obligations as well.
I wouldn't say they have obligation. It's even third generations who will probably not think of coming back to Egypt. But I think, again, it's a reputation. I want my country, or my namesake, to be something that I'm proud of. And subsequently, I'm going to take part, because in the end, I'm still Egyptian. One of the reasons I came back to Egypt was the fact that I was Egyptian, but I had no idea anything about Egypt. And obviously, although your parents try to tell you, without a doubt, when they live there, they try and get you to blend. You're 8 hours outside the home, you're dealing with natives of the country, and so subsequently you're hearing all the negative aspects. Well, it's time that you think, well, maybe I should do something about it. And that's what I wish and hope, that by creating a system that all the young people will understand, unless you take action, there'll be no reaction.
Yes. How that action could be taken? What are these actions in particular? And as we have been talking out of the air, to reach the new generations in particular, maybe through the social media, about the importance of belonging, the importance and of the obligation of each citizen towards his country, and what they should be expecting in return. So how we can reach the new generations of the Egyptian expatriates through the social media and different channels?
It's very important that it shouldn't be like a brainwashing exercise.
Of course.
It has to be through means of getting the young people to see through social media the positive aspects, how they can actually help. There are systems whereby, or actual, like keep Cairo clean or keep Alexandria clean, cleaning the beaches. Young people like that, especially Gen Zs. They want something that they feel that they can touch and actually see. It's something to do with helping less educated students. All of these things need to be addressed to these young people through role play.
Yes.
Role play. Nothing else but role play, which is why I think also in schools, when we should have a look at the curriculum. When teachers are teaching, they don't teach like the book. They teach like the angle of 90 degrees is like when you open this door like this, and this is 90 degrees. Okay, when you go to the shop and you buy, and it tells you that on Black Friday the discount is so much, how much discount is there? The reality. Being able to associate what you're learning with what's happening. And that way will make it easier for us when it comes to saying, take part, have pride. Then they will understand.
Yes. And back, we will talk about women in parliament and the importance of women in the election process and in the political life. But first, we'll be taking this report about women empowerment and women participation in the political life in Egypt.
my brother, my mother, my father, my uncle, my friend, my neighbor and I will all go and vote. These votes will go to those who deserve them and can preserve Egypt, its unity, strength, sovereignty, and security. It is our country, and we will never abandon it. The House of Representatives elections 2025. Your voice matters. Your ballot makes a difference.
Welcome back, our dear viewers. Indeed, women participation in the election, as well as its participation in the political life in general in Egypt, has increased to a great extent. To shed more light about that, we continue our interview with Ms. Sanaa Thabet. Ms. Thabet, indeed, women are representing a very important segment in our societies. In the previous years, we have witnessed great increase in women empowerment and the role of women in the political life. So how did you witness this increase in the political role of women, both as we are seeing many women as political candidates in the House of Representatives election, and we are seeing huge participation from Egyptian women as in the voting process, especially we did witness that in the first phase of the House of Representatives elections?
Well, from the days of Hoda Sha'rawi, we've been trying to get our power. Women are a very important part of our society and our culture. It says, show me a mother who teaches her children, I'll show you an educated nation.
Indeed.
And that's why it's very important when women start to take part in our political side of life, because they understand the basic needs of the society.
Yep.
And that's why I think it's a very good idea. I would love to see that coupled with the fact that the home is also used to guide our children in the political system. And I keep using the word guide, and I wish people would take that. It's not you will do, or you have to do, or you must do. It's this is what's going on. You need to think about it and make up your own mind. There is a misconception these days that you let the children grow up and find their own way, and that is what's going to happen. But no, I think women in politics is an extremely good idea because of that.
Yes, and women participation as voters in the elections, both in the Egyptian expatriates voting and in domestic voting as well, which will be taking place next Tuesday and Monday. So how do you see the role here of women as voters? To what extent it's important for women to go and cast their ballots? To what extent it's important for women abroad to participate and to convince their family members to go and play this very important national duty towards their country?
It's very, very important. We need women to go and vote, but at the same time, we also need to know, the women need to know who and why they're voting for that person.
Indeed, of course.
It's not something that, it's just a matter, oh, they look nice, or somebody said they were nice, but they are going to offer us this. And I think that's very important, because the women have a way of spreading the message. And subsequently, when they do go and vote, they do make an impression. Yes.
What are the main challenges facing the Egyptians abroad when it comes to participating in the elections, and how can these challenges be addressed?
The place where the voting happens. If you live in England, for example, we used to live in the north, and the embassy is in London. It's very difficult for us, most of the time, to go down to London in order to vote. So that's one thing. How it can be addressed, definitely by postal votes, like they do overseas, the States and England and Europe, and that will help greatly to get to more people who are expats and want to vote.
What other improvement would be recommending to further ease the electoral process for Egyptian citizens in the remote or underserved areas as well, other than the voting, of course, by mail or e-voting? And how we can increase the political information that they could be reached by the Egyptian citizens abroad. But first we'll be taking this interview as well, and we'll be joined by Dr. Wala Al-Sharif, our political marketing professor, to shed more light about the voting process for the House of Representatives 2025 for the Egyptian expatriates that did start earlier today. Dr. Wala, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for you, and good morning to you, and good morning to all.
Good morning, Doctor. Doctor, can you tell us about your opinion regarding the keenness of the Egyptians, and especially the Egyptian abroad, on participating in the election process and have a say in the issues of their homeland?
We are in the second round right now. It started yesterday, 10 p.m. or 9 p.m. at New Zealand, and will end up at California after 2 days. I think that the voter behavior have changed than round one. The voter became concentrating more, need to know more details about each and every candidate, not like before. At round one, we don't know a lot about the candidates. And the national authority of elections is monitoring each and everything, and the judge and the judges there is monitoring each and everything. But I would like to tell you that we, when we stop the promotional factors for each and every candidate, we see some deviations about the polling places, such as the candidates still want to promote for their own selves. So we are aware more, and we should respect what happened in round one by the cancellation of 19 place about the candidates, and we are more aware, and we will see what will happen at the last, after the parliamentary elections.
Yes. Dr. Wala, we are here joined in the studio with Ms. Sanaa Thabet, our development mentor. She was living abroad in many countries, and she is giving us her feedback about the importance of the Egyptian expatriates' participation in the elections as well. The importance from your point of view regarding about the importance of the youth as well taking part in the election process for the House of Representatives election, Dr. Wale.
Yes, the participation of the youth is very important. Maybe we didn't highlight it in round one, but what we see, what happened of social media, and of course we don't take about opinions by youth on social media, but we have to monitor what's happening on social media, that they are refusing some candidates, or they see and monitor some deviations that happened in the parliamentary election round one. So I hope that our youth will to concentrate more about each and every candidate and ask him about his ideology, what he will do, to see conferences. But of course, this is not. We are in the silent time of the parliamentary elections right now. There's no promotional threats right now that should be taken. But I hope that our youth, by the way, we should respect their opinion, their participation. We have to increase the awareness to participate by even saying no or saying yes, or asking for redo this election, parliamentary especially.
Yes. And back to our guest in the studio, and please stay with us, Dr. Wala. Ms. Sanaa, what's your vision for the future role of the Egyptian abroad in Egypt's development, not only regarding the political life and the voting, but beyond that?
I think it's very important that expats take the best of each culture and bring it with them and apply it to the best of our culture.
Of course.
When I was traveling abroad with my family, that's what my father always said to us.
Yes.
Always take the best and don't get stuck in the fact that you're one thing. Keep an open mind, and there are things that you see that are good, bring them back and tell others and model what you want to happen. And I think that's the most important advice, is that you bring the best of all cultures and apply it home and improve on it.
Yes, and back to Dr. Wala with the same question. What should we expect from the Egyptians abroad regarding the voting process, the political life in Egypt, to be part of it, and yet beyond that, Dr. Wala?
We will accept that the political environment right now, all of us as citizens who have the right to vote or not, politically we are aware of what is happening in the parliamentary elections, and I think that the Egyptian citizens who live outside Egypt abroad is more aware about the importance of their vote to participate in the parliamentary elections, even by saying no or by saying yes, but they say it's very important to participate in and say the right to participate in and being a voter and to go and to say, because it's this step, even if it is approved or not, as the President Sisi has said, after finishing the rounds, the second round, we have to encourage them that their vote is very important, not only for the police.
Yes, Dr. Wala. And I do believe that we are having a technical issue here. Dr. Sanaa, how actually we can benefit from the Egyptian abroad on more strategically from the skills, experience and networks of our global network of citizens? We have many communities of Egyptians living in different world countries, the Arab countries, European, in New Zealand, Australia, Canada, the United States. So how we can benefit from, we are a massive population with many people, many expatriates living in different parts of the world. So how we can benefit actually from our global network of citizens?
Well, it's amazing actually when Egyptians leave Egypt and they go to other countries, then they obey the systems that are imposed.
Yes.
I wish they would do that when they come back. But so far we've had people like Dr. Zuwail, and we've had people who come and opened hospitals and different types of businesses and worked in universities. And these people can bring what they have learned and help to create a new mindset and environment in the country that they left. And that's why we benefit.
Indeed. They are our ambassadors abroad and of course our link with the world. And
Absolutely.
They do have obligations, and we do have as a country obligation towards our citizens abroad. And to wrap up with Dr. Wala. Dr. Wala, what's your message here for the Egyptian expatriates for the importance of casting their vote through the two-day voting process for the House of Representatives elections, Dr. Wala?
I think, Ms. Minister, that we have seen what happened in round one and in the round two. I think that we promote for candidates, for the citizens to participate, as their voice is very important. Whatever their voice, they agree or no, don't agree, and we see that they should have the right, institutional right to participate in the parliamentary elections, and they have to show that up, even by refusing or accepting what is happening. And we have to see that even if we are in the silent proportional period of promoting for each and every candidate, but we have to monitor the behavioral and situational factors that may affect each and every voter, even by in the place that he is going to vote in. If there's any factor that affects his voice by saying yes or no, we have to monitor what is happening on social media and do not ignore what is happening, as it reflects our opinion, even if it's positive or negative. And we have yes to say each and everything positive or negative, because we have seen what happened in round one. And we should trust our
Indeed, Dr.
authorities and ambassadors.
Our political marketing, thank you so much. I'm sorry because we are running out of time here. A final word, Dr. Sanaa, your message here before we wrap up our episode for our ambassadors abroad, for our Egyptian brothers and sisters worldwide, about the importance of going to the polls and vote.
To those that are abroad, I'd like to say that yes, you are the ambassadors for your country. You have a say in what happens in your country, and so do the people who are here. And if you want to see change happen, then you must instigate that change. And to instigate change, not only do you have to participate, but you do so through the electorate.
Indeed. Ms. Sanaa Thabet, our development mentor, it was a real pleasure to have you with us in this very important morning for Egypt. Indeed, a very important morning for Egypt, the start of the second phase of the voting for the House of Representatives elections 2025 for the Egyptian expatriates. And stay tuned on Nile TV International for more coverage for the House of Representatives elections for the expat. And for now, we thank you so much for joining us for the special coverage for the breakfast show. And stay tuned on Nile TV International. Don't go away.